Are we guys friends? I think you guys are my friends. Can we all just be friends? Hey friends, welcome back to today's video. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. Hi, step into my world. I'm Emily and I'm passionate about fitness, food, and people. So in today's video, we are going to be busting down some fitness myths, and I thought this would be such a cool video to film because to this day I still hear a lot of these myths floating around, and there are just too many of us who still believe some of them. So I just want to take this opportunity, this platform, to bust some of them down. With that said, I am not claiming to know it all, and I'm always open to learning. So if there's something that you feel like is not necessarily right and you may have some different information, please, I would love to hear about it. Educate me. I'm trying to teach you so you could teach me. We learn, we grow, we're flourishing together. So this is the type of space that I want to create here. I'm not claiming to have all the answers, but I definitely do have a good understanding of these topics. I am a certified personal trainer, and it's not something that I decided to just call myself. I went in and did the hard work, and I studied for this qualification. So you know, you can at least rest easy in that fact, knowing that I know what I'm talking about. Y'all, I know what I'm talking about. Let's get right into it. So the first myth is that you can target your fat burn. I get this question a lot, still in 2020, and no shade to anyone, because what you don't know, so you can't operate off information that you don't know. But I'm here to tell you guys today that you absolutely positively cannot target where you burn fat. It's just not how our bodies are set up to work. It's our bodies don't work in isolation. There's no, everything works in relation to other bits, so everything works together. So it all comes down to that pesky layer of fat that is laying underneath those perfectly toned muscles. No matter how many crunches you do, it all comes down to your total body fat percentage, right? So if somebody who has a 20% body fat is looking for their abs, they may struggle to see them compared to somebody who has an 8% or 10% body fat. Those abs will just be looking at you like, hey. So working out reduces your overall fat in your body, but you cannot control where that fat comes from. To get this idea, this thinking, get rid of it, because it's not going to serve you in any way. You're going to feel like all you need to do is do some crunches and then magic should happen, and that's just not how it works. You need to work your entire body. You need to incorporate various training methods, cardio, HIIT, strength training. You need to do it all so that you can get a nice balance and a nice holistic body, a body that looks like it can do anything, because it can. The second myth that I will be busting for you guys today is that you shouldn't work out on an empty stomach. This one always comes into play when people are talking about fasted training, like if you're training in the morning. So when you're waking up, your body's in a fasted state. You haven't eaten for over maybe 7-8 hours, so you're low on fuel. Some people choose to go to the gym and work out in that state because your body tends to call on to fat more for fuel during your that particular workout, because it doesn't have any fuel readily available, so it turns to fat. So ultimately you would be burning more fat during that session than you normally would. So this is something that if you understand the mechanics of it and the science of it, and you want to try it out, go ahead. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I think that it hinders your optimal performance. If you're going into a gym session and you haven't fueled your body, you need to have some sort of fuel in your tank that your body's going to use to power the session. So I strongly advocate for some sort of fuel, even if it's not a full breakfast, something that can just give your body something to work off, right? So the next myth is that this no pain, no gain mentality that is like everywhere. So I personally believe that a little discomfort is okay, but if you feel any sharp pain anywhere during exercise, during a stretch, during your warm-up, that you need to stop what you're doing, because you should not be in like pain that is incapacitating. It's pain from your muscles. It's pain because your muscles are burning, it's soreness, it's not any major discomfort that you should ignore. But all the other pain is just stuff that you can and you should talk yourself through, and just really power through that workout and use your mental strength to take your body to a place where it's never been before. So I think it's important to push yourself and to have a little bit of a no pain, no gain mentality, but not when it comes to extreme discomforts. This one is a juicy one. Exercise can erase my bad eating habits. Oh, how many of you guys, raise your hands? Raise your hands, don't be shy now. How many of you guys believe this? Like, think this is true, and you kind of tell yourself, oh, you know what, you're working out so hard, you can have that KFC. No guys, you cannot out train a bad diet. Your diet is 80%, maybe even more. I mean, there's so many numbers out there. People say 80-20, 50-50, 60-40. You'll hear so many different things, but the truth of the matter is the English is also on lockdown, guys. Anyway, the truth of the matter is that your diet needs to support what you're doing in the gym. You don't spend your whole entire day in the gym. Most of the time you're out and about, you're living, you're eating, you're drinking. So these habits, your eating, drinking, eating habits outside of the gym are what will shape your results that you are training for in the gym. So it's very important that you match, or you try and support to the best of your ability and your knowledge, to support what you're doing in the gym with adequate nutrition, adequate rest. In the back of your mind that moderation is key in everything that you do, especially when it comes to eating bad. If you're thinking about eating something that you know you shouldn't, just tell yourself moderation. It's better than completely depriving yourself of something. So learn and practice that. Okay, so the next myth is I can just tone my muscles. Guys, this is just the wrong way to look at it, and I want to put this to bed once and for all, right here, right now. Ladies, I'm here for you. I'm here to help you guys figure this whole thing out and have a better understanding of some of these things. And the truth of the matter is, you cannot just tone your muscles. All right? You can only lose fat. Your muscles are already toned, or else you'd kind of be walking around like you wouldn't be able to move around if you didn't have toned muscles. So your muscles naturally have some tone to them. What you do when you're exercising, when you build, you increase their size, and then you also make them stronger, and then thus you look more toned. So the only thing that's hiding those toned muscles of yours is that layer of fat, and that is what it comes down to. You burning off, breaking down. It's that fat, and that majorly comes from how you're eating. So fix your diet, but that's a completely different video. I did just have a video out on some basic nutrition principles that are meant to guide you and just give you a nice understanding of what carbohydrates and what proteins are and what healthy is, and how you can tweak your diet so that you can be reaching or working towards your goals in terms of your nutrition. So the next one, fat is bad for you. I almost dropped my laptop. This one is a huge one, and it needs, like, I'm here to advocate for fat. All right, we all need fat in our diets. It has many benefits for the human body, and even more important when you're a woman because of our hormones. It helps with energy, it helps with vitamin absorption and insulation for our organs. So avoid things that are full of trans fat, and instead have a healthy balance of monosaturated and polysaturated and saturated fats. All of these types of fats I broke down in my basic nutrition principles video, and I will have a card for it somewhere here, and you can just click that video and watch it after you watch this one. So basically, we need fat. Fat is your friend. End of story. Capiche? You should stretch before your workout. Now, this one is so key because the key word here is stretch. And you don't stretch before you work out, you warm up before you work out. You stretch at the end. So this one has been around for a while. People have been confusing the words and where each one goes in terms of the sequence of you working out. So what you should do before you work out is warm up, and this should include a variety of dynamic stretches. Dynamic meaning you're in constant motion, you're not holding static stretches, because that doesn't prepare your muscles for activity. What you're doing is lengthening them and making them weak, and making your tendons feel weak as well, and it ultimately doesn't support a good session because your muscles are not primed properly. So dynamic exercises are jumping jacks, jumps, squats, burpees. You can do inchworms just to get that core and whole body really nice and stretched. You can do some hip opening movements, also to make sure your body is nicely primed for what you're going to do. And depending on whether it's leg day or upper body day, you can also choose to then finish off with some activation exercises, which also just take that warm up to like another level and really, really engage and activate those muscles and get them ready to gain, baby. For the sake of keeping this video a good viewing length, I'm going to continue part 2 in a separate video. So keep an eye out on my channel. That video will be dropping soon. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.